Welcome back, everybody, and today we're going to take another look at Adam and Eve killing themselves through grief. But this time they see the tree of life from within the garden and they can't believe their eyes. So let's go. Water from the tree of life, Adam and Eve near drowning. Then Adam and Eve came out of the cave of treasures and drew near to the garden gate. And there they stood to look at it, and wept for having come away from it. And Adam and Eve went before the gate of the garden to the southern side of it, and found there the water that watered the garden, from the root of the tree of life, and that parted itself from hence into 4 rivers. Interesting to see that they were not too far from their former home. They were able to go to the boundaries of the Garden of Eden. Number 3, then they came and drew near to that water, and looked at it, and saw that it was the water that came forth from under the root of the tree of life in the garden. And Adam wept and wailed, and smote upon his breast for being severed from the garden, and said to Eve, Why hast thou brought upon me, upon thyself, and upon our seed, so many of these plagues and punishments? So here Adam is distressed, and he's blaming Eve, but he has to blame himself, because remember, Yahweh spoke to Adam concerning the tree. Adam knew better. Eve didn't so much. Number 6, and Eve said unto him, What is it thou hast seen to weep and to speak to me in this wise? And he said to Eve, Seest thou not this water that was with us in the garden, that watered the trees of the garden, and flowed out thence? And we, when we were in the garden, did not care about it. But since we came to this strange land, we love it, and turn it to use for our body. So now they have to use the body like we all do, our everyday experience. We know that we can't live without water. We can live longer without food than we can without water. And Adam and Eve is now just coming into this realization. Number 9, but when Eve heard these words from him, she wept, and from the soreness of their weeping they fell into that water, and would have put an end to themselves in it, so as never again to return and behold the creation. For when they looked upon the work of the creation, they felt they must put an end to themselves. A lot of grief from Adam and Eve here, from being separated from their home. Next, then Yahweh, merciful and gracious, looked upon them thus lying in the water and nigh unto death, and sent an angel who brought them out of the water, and laid them on the seashore as dead. Then the angel went up to Yahweh, was welcome, and said, O Yahweh, thy creatures have breathed their last. Then Yahweh sent his word unto Adam and Eve, who raised them from their death. Number 4, and Adam said, after he was raised, O Yahweh, while we were in the garden, we did not require or care for this water. But since we came to this land, we cannot do without it. Then Yahweh said to Adam, While thou was under my command, and was a bright angel, thou knewest not this water. But after that thou hast transgressed my commandment, thou canst do without water, wherein to wash thy body, and make it grow, for it is now like that of beasts, and is in want of water. This makes you stop and think of what kind of bodies Adam and Eve inhabited, because the Most High is describing our everyday situation. We've got to bathe, we've got to brush our teeth, we've got to do all of this, which Adam and Eve seemingly here from these texts, these scriptural texts, they didn't have need of those things. Number 8, but Yahweh said unto Adam, I have made thee a promise. When that promise is fulfilled, I will bring thee back into the garden, thee and thy righteous seed. That verse right there, number 8, that is a promise to Adam, and that is a promise to you and me, the listener, listening. There's a promise of going back to that garden. And I am assuming this is after the resurrection. Adam, Abraham, all the righteous men and women of old, they are raised, and the Most High brings not only them, but any one of us who make it at that time into the garden. Okay, and then number 9, Yahweh ceased to commune with Adam. Then Adam and Eve felt themselves burning with thirst and heat and sorrow. And Adam said to Eve, we shall not drink of this water, even if we were to die. O Eve, when this water comes into our inner parts, it will increase our punishments and that of our children that shall come after us. So even though the Most High had already made them a promise, Adam is still tripping out here. He does not want to partake of this water because he feels that it will bring him further, more into that fleshly human state that we inhabit or exist in today. Number 3, both Adam and Eve then withdrew from the water and drank none of it at all, but came and entered the cave of treasures. But when in it Adam could not see Eve, he only heard the noise she made. Neither could she see Adam, but heard the noise he made. Then Adam wept in deep affliction, and smote upon his breast. And he arose and said to Eve, Where art thou? And she said unto him, Lo, I am standing in this darkness. He then said to her, Remember the bright nature in which we lived, while we abode in the garden. O Eve, remember the glory that rested on us in the garden. O Eve, remember the trees that overshadowed us in the garden while we moved among them. O Eve, remember that while we were in the garden, we knew neither night nor day. They did not understand what it was, which is what we call night or darkness. So you can imagine their fright and their fear. Think of a child in the dark for the first time, a little baby. That type of fright and fear. Adam and Eve are feeling that because they didn't even know what night was while they were in the garden. Imagine that. 10. Think of the tree of life from below which flowed the water, and that shed luster over us. Remember, O Eve, the garden land and the brightness thereof. Think of that garden in which was no darkness, while we dwelt therein. Whereas no sooner did we come into this cave of treasures than the darkness compassed us around about, until we can no longer see each other, and all the pleasure of this life has come to an end. Next chapter. Then Adam and Eve smote upon his breast, he and Eve, and they mourned the whole night, until dawn drew near, and they sighed over the length of the night in Mayazia. I'm not sure what that is. Number 2. And Adam beat himself and threw himself on the ground in the cave from bitter grief, and because of darkness, and lay there as dead. But Eve heard the noise he made in falling upon the earth, and she felt about for him with her hands, and found him like a corpse. Then she was afraid, speechless, and remained by him. But Yahweh the merciful looked on the death of Adam, and on Eve's silence from fear of the darkness. So another time here they're killing themselves because of grief. Number 6. And the word of Yahweh came unto Adam, and raised him from his death, and opened Eve's mouth that she might speak. Then Adam arose in the cave and said, O Yahweh, wherefore has light departed from us, and darkness come over us? Where dost thou leave us in this long darkness? Why wilt thou plague us thus? So here you have Adam kind of putting the blame on the Most High a little bit. Why did you put us in this cave? Why is this darkness coming over us? Number 8, and this darkness, O Yahweh, where was it ere it came upon us? It is such that we cannot see each other. 9, for so long as we were in the garden, we neither saw nor even knew what darkness is. I was not hidden from Eve, neither was she hidden from me, until now. Sorry, I just lost my place here. Until now that she cannot see me, and no darkness came upon us to separate us from each other. But she and I were both in one bright light. I saw her, and she saw me. Yet now, since we came into this cave, darkness has come upon us, and parted us asunder. So I do not see her, and she does not see me. O Yahweh, wilt thou then plague us with this darkness? Next chapter. Notice what the Most High says and answers Adam. At no point do we ever even see the Most High getting upset with Adam. He keeps calmly reassuring him and Eve of the promise he made, but also trying to get them to understand the situation that they're in. Then when Yahweh, who is merciful and full of pity, heard Adam's voice, said unto him, O Adam, so long as the good angel was obedient to me, a bright light rested on him and on his hosts. But when he transgressed my commandment, I deprived him of that bright nature, and he became dark. So here the Most High is talking about Satan and the angels that followed. Number 4, and when he was in the heavens, in the realms of light, he knew not of darkness. But he transgressed, and I made him fall from heaven upon the earth. And it was this darkness that came upon him. You see, the devil and the hosts were already cast to earth long before Adam was ever made. Number 6, and on thee, O Adam, while in my garden and obedient to me, did that bright light rest also. But when I heard of thy transgression, I deprived thee of that bright light. Yet of my mercy I did not turn thee into darkness, but I made thee thy body of flesh, over which I spread this skin, in order that it may bear cold and heat. So now the Most High is explaining our human experience to Adam. Number 8, if I had let my wrath fall heavily upon thee, I should have destroyed thee. And had I turned thee into darkness, it would have been as if I killed thee. But in my mercy I have made thee as thou art. When thou didst transgress my commandment, O Adam, I drove thee from the garden, and made thee come forth into this land, and commanded thee to dwell in this cave, and darkness came upon thee as it did upon him who transgressed my commandment. Thus, O Adam, has this night deceived thee. It is not to last forever, but it is only of 12 hours. When it is over, daylight will return. Sigh not, therefore, neither be moved, and say in thy heart that this darkness is long and drags on wearily. And say not in thy heart that I plague thee with it. So the Most High is just saying, stop blaming me. Strengthen thy heart, and be not afraid. This darkness is not a punishment. But, O Adam, I have made thee day, and have placed the sun in it to give light, in order that thou and thy children should do your work. I wonder what that is, do your work. What is the work of Adam? I don't know. That just popped out at me. 13, for I knew thou shouldst sin and transgress, and come out into this land. Yet would I not force thee, nor be hard upon thee, nor shut up, nor doom thee through thy fall. nor through thy coming from light into darkness, nor yet through thy coming from the garden into this land. For I made thee of the light, and I willed to bring out children of light from thee, and like unto thee. But thou did not keep one day my commandment, until I had finished the creation and blessed everything in it. Then I commanded thee concerning the tree, that thou eat not thereof. Yet I knew that Satan, who deceived himself, would also deceive thee. So I made known to thee by means of the tree, not to come near him. And I told thee not to eat of the fruit thereof, not to taste of it, nor yet to sit under it, nor yet to yield to it. Had I not been and spoken to thee, O Adam, concerning the tree, and had I left thee without a commandment, and thou hadst sinned, it would been an offense on my part, for not having given thee any order. Thou wouldst turn around and blame me for it. So here the Most High is saying again, Adam, I already told you, don't even touch this tree. Don't even sit under it or anything. I forewarned you about it because I knew Satan made the tree. Most High is basically saying he didn't even make the tree. 19. But I commanded thee and warned thee, and thou didst fall, so that my creatures cannot blame me, but the blame rests on them alone. And, O Adam, I have made the day for thee and for thy children after thee, for them to work and toil therein. And I have made the night for them to rest in it from their work, and for the beasts of the field to go forth by night and seek their food. But little of darkness now remains, O Adam, and daylight will soon appear. So here we see the Most High is justified. He cannot be blamed for the fall of man. He warned man. He said, do not go near this tree. Whether, I'm sure it was more than just a tree. We can get into that later. But the Most High is justified and vindicated, and not the one to be blamed. The blame rests on Adam and Eve, mankind alone.